What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. So today we have another top 4 match of EUIC. Yes, they did record both top 4 games, which is pretty neat. On the left, we have Mr. Tord Reckliffe playing his Gardevoir EX deck. Of course, Tord making it to another top 4 at EUIC is fantastic. The new hype deck from the new set, Scarlet and Violet Gardevoir EX, does make it to the top 4, which is very, very cool to see. Using that Psychic Embrace ability to judge the psychic energy from this 12 to 20 Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on it. Just powering up Pokemon like crazy. The refinement currently to discard a card, draw 2. Yeah, Zacian with that quick, Roar of the Sword ability to get energy out very quickly. Storm Slash turn 2 can do a ton of damage. It's very, very quick. What happened? There we go. Okay. Cresselia can move the damage off your Pokemon to your opponent's Pokemon. I think it's just like the active, right? Yeah, to your opponent's Pokemon. To one of your opponent's Pokemon. Oh, to one of them. That's pretty neat. So move the damage counters off, put one Pokemon, limiting off of consistency, immune to find its Pokemon. Doesn't play Klefki in this list. Just going forward research, only one Judge, but does play one Palpatine to get that back. Roxanne to punish, a Worker to get rid of. Stadium cards, Path to Peak is pretty bad. Mirror to get back Pokemon, Boss Order, bring a Pokemon from the bench to the active. Penny to put one of your basic Pokemon on cards attached to your hand. Well, this could put back a Luminion, maybe a damaged Zacian. VIP Pass, we're going to find those turn 1 to find your Ralts. Lava Ball, Ball Crystal, this kind of fun stuff. Sky Steel Stone is cool. It's cool as it gives you, able to use a V-Star attack. So your basic V Pokemon take an additional prize card when they knock out a V-Star or VMAX. Typical Cinder to punish decks that play special energies. Collapse Genius could discard a Luminion or damage Pokemon and 12 Psychic Energies. But on the other side, we have Mr. Tamon himself playing a Mew deck. Just go to the classic Mew Judge Path to the Peak. 1 Phantom Waves to punish your opponent's special energies. Avery to discard Pokemon off the bench. 1 Roxanne to punish your opponent when they do take a Mew VMAX knockout. 4 Lost Vacuum and 4 Path to Peak. So we would have guaranteed this kind of playoff, right? 1 Feather Ball is a new inclusion, 2 Nest Ball to find your base Pokemon, Power Tablets to do additional 30 damage, Echo Horn to sneak a knockout. Interesting enough, no cross switches though, so you have the Echo Horn plus Boss Order, but there's 3 of them. But there's Palpatine. So Palpatine isn't here for Roxanne and Avery. Avery could be really good. If your opponent plays a bunch of bitch Pokemon, could be really helpful. Choice Bell do additional damage to Pokemon. V, not EX, so that's a very important thing to note too, especially in this matchup, because pretty much all these Pokemon are EX or not EX, outside of Zacian, of course. Luminion here take a knockout, so the belt will help with the Zacian, but Gardevoir will not. So that's a big thing to note. And it's going to be an interesting matchup. We have these Mews that could just, very quick, come out of the gate, start doing some damage. Could take a huge knock on a Gardevoir EX, and we see towards side, just, having this energy accelerator, just be able to attack with their Pokemon. You have the Zacian that could potentially attack very quickly. And with this deck, you just you Sky Steel Stone with the Zacian V, you take 4 prize cards, plus knock out a Genesect. You can win that way. And this side is going to try to disrupt your opponent while taking quick knockouts. So it could be an interesting matchup. See what works out and who comes out on top. Is it going to be Mew? Is it going to be Mew? Or is it going to be Gardevoir? We'll find out here in 1 second. Alright, here we are, Tord Reckliffe on the left, Pablo on the right. Pablo is playing that Mew VMAX deck. Once again, Tord is playing that Gardevoir deck. So 35 minutes. Interesting enough, Tord has not tied any so far. He has went 12-3. He still can't tie today right now. 12-3, just saying, hey, I'm either going to win or I'm going to lose. Pablo has tied once, but 12-2, both fantastic. Can you imagine just losing 3 games out of all of regionals, right? All of the IC, that's crazy. So Pablo, prize of Mew VMAX, prize 2. Oh my goodness, prize 2. Oh my goodness, Tord prize 2 Zacian V. Wow. All right, so 2 Mew VMAX is, I guess, Pablo does play third rule, but Tord only plays 2 Zacian V to get that, quick KO kind of thing. I love that Tord has his little Celebi out. Oh man, Celebi on the field. Cresselia starts for Tord. Pablo starts at Mew, and we're gonna see a long-term one from Pablo. Gonna have that battle VIP pass. Gonna search for 2 base Pokemon. Maybe wants to find another Mew, maybe another Genesect. You really don't have to worry about your Mew getting knocked out turn 1 in this matchup, right? it's gonna be safe, right? So you're like, okay, yeah, okay, sure, right? Let's see what we got here. We're gonna see our prize cards. We're gonna notice that 2 Mew VMAX are prized. I didn't see what else is prized on Pablo's side. That's pretty important because the 2 VMAX, that was pretty important by itself. And we see Pablo look at their hand again. Probably maybe making notes that hey, I got 2 Ultra Ball prize too, which means I had even lets outs to find that Mew VMAX, which is pretty insane. We do see a Mew V, we do see a Genesect, and yeah, still grabbing the Mew V. I guess, I'd rather be safe than sorry, right? You could only grab maybe double Genesect or something, but we do see an Ultra Ball from Pablo's hand. Gonna discard a Path to the Peak and a Cram-O-Matic. Now, interesting enough, Cram-O-Matics cannot discard Choice Belts anymore because Choice Belts are not item cards, they are tool cards now. So that's a very important interaction. So make sure if you're putting against Mew and they try to cram away a tool card, you go, hey, that's a tool card, not an item card. Get that out of here. What are you doing, right? I don't think Pablo will try to do that matchup. We do see the Choice Belt go to the bench. And I think we're just going to see a pass. Yeah, just a pass from Pablo saying, hey, I like my hand a lot. I like that I have Ultra Ball. I love that I have Path to the Peak. I love that I have Judge. Why play anything else? And what could happen is Tord could technically just lose right now, hypothetically speaking, right? He could not find it. Maybe he could find a Pokemon, but Tord does have Love Ball, which looks like it's going to find a Mew. Now, Mew is pretty nice in this deck because you can attach a Psychic Energy to Cresselia, retreat to the Mew, use his ability, and find a VIP pass, and that could find you more routes. So it's kind of like a gamble. Like, you're like, okay, I can grab the Mew, find the VIP pass, and I'm set up. Outside of that, my hand is not that good, though. Yeah, the hand, I don't see any supporter cards in Tord's hand. Does it have 84 research? So yeah, what will Tord do here? I think setting down the Mew is probably the best play. And that's what we see. I think this is fine. And what you could do is maybe find the Ultra Ball to find a supporter card, like a research with Lumineon. So that could be something really good for Tord as well. So maybe that's what we might see Tord do is maybe find an Ultra Ball, go for Lumineon, and go for that kind of play because he does play the Collapse Stadium to discard Pokemon. So that could be something we could see. We definitely have a Psychic Energy to deactivate, but will we see a Penny, actually? Oh, we see a Penny, and we do see a Penny. Return that Cresselia back of the hand to send in the Mew and use that Mysterious Tail. Look at the top 6 cards of his deck, and can he find a item card? So that is a very important thing. And there is the VIP pass, so it does pay off. Tord does find a VIP pass, which is going to instantly find 2 routes. It could find routes in Greninja, but if you're Tord, you might be scared to do that. You could find a Greninja and find a Ralts. Then you could discard the Psychic Energy with the Greninja to draw 2 cards that Concealed Cards ability. But if you don't find a second Ralts, then Pablo could, go crazy, bring up the Ralts and take a knockout. And we do see the Greninja. Alright, so Greninja is coming to the front. So we're probably going to see a Concealed Cards here. Discard a Psychic Energy. Gets a Psychic in the discard pile and can draw 2 cards. So can this find Tord another VIP pass? That could be a really crucial thing here. Another Ralts, definitely probably the best thing too as well. And so we're going to see what does Tord have here. So we're going to see the Ralts and the Curly Cup down. I don't think I saw another supporter card in his hand. So this Concealed Cards has to be like the best 2 cards ever. And I guess, you have it going forward. You have this Greninja out that can constantly just draw you cards. You want to get cards in the discard pile to activate with Gardevoir EX. So that's good. So yeah, we'll see. We see the Greninja discarding, drawn 2. Does find another Ralts. So we do have a second Ralts on the field. Does have Manaphy, but Manaphy is not something you really want in this matchup. And my screen went blurry. What is happening? And we see a pass onto Pablo. Uh-oh, that's not good. What's happening here? Let's see if I can fix this real quick, guys. Give me 1 second. All right, so we are back. I just kind of rewound it just a little bit. For some reason, it was at 160p. I think it's actually in better quality right now, too. So they got 1080. So I don't know what happened. I don't know why Twitch did this. Yes, I am using Twitch to watch this instead of YouTube. YouTube didn't have this video for some reason. I don't know why. But anyways, Pablo's turn. Attaches a double turbo to that Mew. Does have an Ultra Ball, which can grab the Mew VMAX and can start taking knockouts this turn. Now, I imagine what Pablo really wants to find is a Boss Order to knock out one of the Ralts, I feel like. But I guess knock out the active is kind of okay too. You take away towards options to kind of find item cards. I think regardless, Pablo just wants to take a knockout this turn. If he can take a knockout this turn, you know, you want to start gaining momentum. You want to just start taking price cards very, very quickly. Because Tord, you know, the real option for Tord is to use the Zacian V with the Sky Seal Stone. But that's not available. I guess it's fine to, like, take a knockout of Genesect and then go for the Sky Seal Stone play. But if Tord takes his price cards, like you usually see where the bottom left, or bottom right, bottom left, the Tord actually won't find the Zacian V. But we do see a judge from Pablo. Going to put both players at 4 cards. And imagine what Pablo wants to find here is maybe a path to the peak. Because if Pablo can find a path to the peak, he shows out that Greninja's concealed cards. Makes it where Tord can't discard energies to activate Gardevoir EX and cannot draw cards, which is going to be the big deal here because, like, Tord's only getting 4, and we'll see what those 4 cards are. So Pablo's going to get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Just found a Feather Ball. Could find Nest Ball to find another Genesect. And it's Tord's hand right now. Curly is Psychic Research. You've got to be kidding me. Is that really his hand? We see a Nest Ball to find a Genesect. We see a Feather Ball to find another Mew. Wow. Oh my goodness. Pablo's doing his best trying to disrupt Tord. But Tord just has double Curlia's Psychic Research. Oh my goodness. I mean, Pablo is going to get a knockout this turn, which is great. But my goodness. The longer you let Tord set up, the better his setup just is, right? It just gets better and better because, like, Tord needs as many turns as possible because he is playing a Stage 2 deck, which is something you usually don't see in this format. But Tord has made it this far, made it the top 4. So he obviously knows what he's doing. Pablo does have a choice bell can attach it on the Mew. Does have path to the peak, but right now doesn't have a way to bump it. So it's going to be interesting to see if Pablo decides to put down that path to the peak or not. Or is he going to hold on to it? And we'll see the retreat into the Mew VMAX. And I think the only problem here is, like, that Pablo has to use Genesect's attack this turn. So do see path to the peak come down, and we are going to see the Techno Blast here for 210, which means that Mew VMAX can't take a knockout or can't swing again unless he resets it. It would have been nice, of course, if he could find another Mew VMAX, but we know they're prized. So, anyways, on to Tord's turn, finds the Curly, has a Psychic, and Research. If you're Pablo, yeah, that's it. Pablo gives. He even gives Tord a clap. Yeah, they're like, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And the cool thing about these Curlias is they don't get shut down by path to the peak. Because they're just regular Stage 1 Pokemon. They're not Rule Box Pokemon, so that's great. So Tord can use those Curlias, use that refinement, discard a card, and draw 2. Of course, you trying to find, like, VIP Pass could be one. That's a good card to discard. It does have another Ralts too, so could put down the Ralts if he wants to. Trying to get that set up. Does have the Cresselia, not useful in this matchup. Going to discard it, draw 2. Does have Tempo of Sinnoh. The problem here about Tempo of Sinnoh is Pablo plays more path to the peaks, and Tord, of course, knows this, so it's not going to shut down Pablo all the way. We do see a little ball. Going to find maybe another Ralts here. Going to find Curlia. Maybe the Ralts is price. Oh, no, there's Ralts. Okay, so we do have another Curlia that we could grab. So yeah, gonna go for the Ralts. I think going for the Ralts is good here. That he has another Ralts in hand. So I could find double Ralts this turn. And just trying to get, the full Ralts online. I think that's probably his best play. Getting the Ralts. Gonna look through the deck one more time to see what does Tord want. Yeah. Just gonna grab the Ralts, trying to get as many Curly as you can, And you really don't want to evolve these Curlias into Gardevoir until you attack. And I imagine we'll see Tord do that. I imagine we'll see him not evolve these Curlias into Gardevoirs until he really, really wants to attack. So we will see 2 more Ralts come down. They're both in Tord's hand right now. So imagine both Ralts will come online. I don't think there's any need to keep them in the hand. Unless I'm missing something. Does have collapsed. So could collapse to discard. And I think Pablo is just going to discard a Mew here. We're going to discard a Genesect. Okay, interesting. Going to keep the Greninja in the active spot. Discard a Psychic, draw 2. Finds a Manaphy. Oh, what Tord could do is he could retreat into the Manaphy. Can discard a VIP pass. So Tord's hand just keeps growing. You got the Curly, you got the Greninja. You're going to keep just drawing cards over and over again. We do see the double Ralts about to come down. Very, very nice. So Tord finding all the Ralts this turn. And like I said, could put down Manaphy and retreat to it and force Pablo to have a Ball Sorter. But the only problem is if you do that, then your Manaphy's on the bench. So maybe you just let the Greninja get knocked out this turn. I think that's fine. Because Tord has all the draws with the refinements. You want to keep the Ralts. And yeah, I think the Greninja getting knocked out is fine. So we do have the other Mew. Oh, Pablo must have drew off the price cards. And has a Judge as well. So this will disrupt Tord just a little bit. But Tord does have all the refinements now. Yeah, you put Tord at 4. But he's going to draw a card, draw 5. Use refinement. Go to 6. Get to discard 1. Discard 1 to go to 7. So yeah, I mean, it's just looking, towards finding all these Pokemon, getting setups, slowly but surely. Now, Pablo will take a knockout, go down to 4. It's going to be up to Tord to start being aggressive here soon. I think once Pablo takes 4 prize cards, and Tord hasn't took a single prize card, I think it's pretty much game. At least that's what I think. If Pablo takes 4 before Tord takes 1, I think that's game. But we see Pablo using, Judge, using the Genesect, getting the 4 Seal Stone. Can use that to search the deck for any card. And do you see the 4 Seal Stone? No, going to use Genesect, draw 1 more card. And let's see what Pablo decides to do. Did he already retreat? I imagine he'll catch that either way. It's hard to say if he's retreated or not. Both the Mews are exactly the same. Both players just looking at each of the other players' discard pile to see what we got cooking in here. What do we have here? So do we see the treat now? Okay. And just going to see another Techno Blast. But at least Pablo does have double Mew VMAX, so he can just cycle between them to do it for a treat, which is nice. So cross G Strike, use that Techno Blast, taking a knockout. There's no real other option. You can't even copy Greninja in this situation because you do 110 because of double turbo. So that's a big deal. But, 210, it's fine, right? You're copying Technoblast, taking a knockout. So on Tord's turn, does send up the Ralts. I guess you just want to preserve your Curlias. Discarding Psychic, drawing 2. Does have double Fall Crystal. This is really nice because you can Fall Crystal, find a Psychic Energy. Also has Rare Candy and Ultra Ball. Oh my goodness. Tord can go pretty much however he wants. Whatever sequence that Tord wants to do this turn, he has it. He can go for the Ultra Ball, find a Gardevoir EX, can go for, if he wants to promote the active to a regular Gardevoir, can do that too. There's a lot of things that Tord can do this turn. And I imagine we're going to see, all these, I think we're going to see multiple Fall Crystals to find Psychic Energies. Did he only play 1 so far? Doesn't he have multiple in hand? I think you would have played both, right? To get both Psychics out of your deck. And will we see the second Fall Crystal? And actually, no, going to hold the Fall Crystal. Discard a Psychic, draw 2. Has another Psychic Energy in hand, plus Fog Crystal. And I'm pretty sure I think Tord has another Curly in his hand. We do see multiple Psychic Energies being brought to the top, which should indicate that we're about to see something very interesting. Does have Curlia. And we'll see, does Tord use Curly's turn? Yeah, not gonna use Fog Crystal. Okay. Yes. Fog Crystal. Okay. Gonna search the deck for Psychic Energy. There's no base Psychic Pokemon left in Tord's deck. Zacians are prized. So can't look for any other Psychic Pokemon outside of basics. So we'll see the Psychic Energy go into his hand. Going to look at his hand one more time, just trying to see what's prized, what does he all have. Just trying to count cards. Okay. We're looking at everything. Yep, that's the Fall Crystal. Gonna grab Psychic Energy, I hope. But nope, go through the deck one more time, just seeing what's all prized. What does Tord have access to? Grabs the Psychic Energy. Okay. And debate one more time to see what are my options this turn. Because this is a pretty pivotal turn for Tord. All of his Ralts and Curlies are in play. Has Rare Candy, has Ultra Ball. Yeah, we see Ultra Ball. Yep, there we go. So you see Ultra Ball. And what he could do is Rare Candy, like the active or the bench. I'm not sure which one he'll go for. And get out a Gardevoir. Then he's got Pal Pal to give back cards and research. So I think that's what Tord's trying to do here. We do see the Gardevoir EX coming to the active. I think that's what we see here. And what Tord's going to have to do is just do like some chip damage this turn. He's not going to even one shot at me VMAX. Like 99% certain there's not enough energies in Discard Pile or enough to even stack enough Pokemon to do this effect, right? So I think, Tord's going to have to do some chip damage. Going to have to decide, how do I want to take these knockouts, stuff like that. Tord, look at this deck one more time, trying to decide what I want, and going to grab the Gardevoir EX. He did have the other Gardevoir brought to the top. It was like, okay, do I grab the Gardevoir? Try to use that ability. And decide, you know what? I'm not going to. I'm grab the Gardevoir EX. And that means we'll see the Psychic Embrace come online. Now imagine, well, I guess the question is, who does Tord evolve, right? Tord could Rare Candy the active into Gardevoir. I think that's what we might see here. Does have Rare Candy. So what are these routes are evolving to Gardevoir EX? And there we go, Gardevoir EX to the bench. We do have Curly that can go to the active. And then we'll see the Pal Pal to get back the research. Do you even want to put the research in the deck? It looks like we are going to. Penny is not the greatest right now. There's really no way Tord can back it yet. I agree with Tord here. You really don't need to put down the research. You already have, one in the hand, two in the deck. You can draw cards with refinement, so you really don't need just the research in the deck. And I don't think Penny is worth his weight right now. We do have the fourth Curlia make an appearance, and we do have Ultra Ball. So the Ultra Ball could find a Gardevoir, start getting that powered up. Could see a Gardevoir swing this turn. And I think Tord has to start doing something very shortly here. If not, I mean, like I said, once Pablo takes 4 and Tord has taken none, I think it's pretty much game for Pablo. I think he has it kind of locked in. We do see the Manaphy coming online. Really not that useful in this matchup. Not going to do anything crazy. It's just kind of there, just chilling, right? We'll see, yeah, just try to thin the deck. We could see the refinement getting rid of the Manaphy to draw 2 more cards. And I wonder what Tord is kind of digging for here. What is his plan? We do see, okay, going to discard the VIP pass first, saying, hey, you are completely useless. I am never going to use you again. Does have the Psychic Energy and does have the Gardevoir. So we'll see the Gardevoir come down onto the Curlia, and we're going to see some Gardevoir swinging this turn. Not taking a knockout. Use the ability to look at top 2 of the energy attached to one of your Pokemon. Looks like nope. Did not find any. Finds another Level Ball. What can Tord even grab out of the deck now? Yeah, there is nothing. There's 3 Psychic Energies, and that is it. Yeah, so Tord already has enough energies in his discard pile to put 6 on the Gardevoir. It doesn't take a knockout or Brainwave. Don't get me wrong. It does not take a knockout. But he has enough to stack as much as he wants on this Gardevoir. We're definitely going to see enough to try to 2-shot this Mew VMAX. I don't know what the number is. Looks like there's 7 in the discard pile right now. You attach the active retreat and make it 8. Once again, you can't put 8 on the active. It does not do anything. 2 on the active, okay. And we're going to see Curlia's first attack. Are we going to see a slap for 30? You gotta be kidding me. No, go to retreat. Okay. Okay, I mean, toward pause, I thought he was like about to slap or something. I was like, yo, this play is about to get wild here. So we do see the Gardevoir being activated. Could put 6 on the active. That's the most you can do. Um, it doesn't take a knockout, so we see 3 on the active. Put 6. Okay. So it's 150 right now, because 60 plus 30 from each Select Energy attached to this Pokemon. So it's 150. So we'll two-shot this Mew if he wants to. Does have more Select Energies. I'm going to put 1 on the Gardevoir EX. Okay. So yeah, we'll see towards swing for 150. Not taking a knockout. I don't think Gardevoir is ever going to one-shot a Mew unless there's like some healing cards that Tor could play and maybe go for a big one-shot. But no. Okay, we're going to see another energy being attached. Okay, interesting. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, yeah. So we'll see. So 6, 12, 18 coming down. Is that right? Is that math right? 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, 180. Yeah, we're good. So, did I wrong math earlier? 3, 6, 9. 9 plus 6. Yeah, no, I was right. 150. Yeah. So, I think what Tord's trying to do here is saying, hey, Pablo, if you somehow boss up my Gardevoir and take a knockout, this Gardevoir can knock out your bench VMAX. So, maybe that's kind of why he attached the extra energy. I get that Mew has 310. Doesn't necessarily mean he's getting a knockout, but I think 3 to 4 later on doesn't really matter. I guess 4 to 3 doesn't matter either, right? But do see an Ultra Ball from Pablo. Going to discard a Fan of Waves and an Avery. Avery is not going to matter. Tord's never going to have a big bench. Fan of Waves really doesn't matter because Tord is not going to play any special energies ever this entire game. Looks like the Ultra Ball will just fail. Can't really grab anything actually, to be honest, because there's a collapse stage in play, so you can't really put down a Pokemon right now. Gonna grab Genesect, which is interesting. Genesect can help you draw cards. It does have Boss Sword in your hand, so we could see Pablo like bring up the Curly, but I think what you do is just retreat, knock out the Gardevoir while you can. Kind of go about that way. We do see a Judge. So yeah, Ultra Ball for Genesect and then Judge. So that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, Pablo just needs to take a knockout. He's chilling. And then Tord has to somehow boss, knock out the Mew VMAX, and then go for some big Sky Steel Stone play. So we'll see if that happens. Pablo getting 4, then has the Genesect. Can use that Fusion Strike system to draw cards. Only drawing up to 5 right now, because there's only 4 on the bench plus the active. So it's interesting to note. We do see a Palpatine get back in 2 Judges, just trying to disrupt Tord as much as possible. The thing about Tord's setup right now is he still has a double refinement Curlias. So no matter what happens, like Tord can trade the next turn, right? He can trade. So you can Judge. You can try to Roxanne Tord, but he's got more draw cards. We do see an Echo going on to Pablo's hand. I think Pablo's saying, hey, what Pokemon are in here? I don't think Greninja, you don't want to give Pablo that at all. I think there is maybe a Manaphy. That could maybe be something you want to play, but I don't think it's needed right now. So we'll see. Pablo just retreat the active into the bench. And we'll see another Technoblast here. Really can't do much outside of that right now. So, yeah, Technoblast, take the knockout. Pablo will go down to 3. Tord's still sitting at 6 prize cards. Now, this will be it's a pretty pivotal turn for Tord. Tord needs to find a boss sword to knock out that bench Mew VMAX, because if not, I would go back to that situation where, like, hey, Tord's taking, Pablo's taking a bunch of prize cards. What do? You're so far behind. We see Select Energy going to Tord. Tord really needs to find that boss order. We do see the boss order in the deck. So could find that boss order that we need to knock out that Mew VMAX. And what's also scary too is like an 80 moment, like Pablo could just use Psychic Leap and put the Mew VMAX back in the deck, right? And that is scary. That's what Pablo doesn't want to see for sure, or Tor doesn't want to see for sure. We do see Refinement discarding the rare candy, drawn 2 cards. Does have Psychic, Manaphy, Worker. I'm not sure what the other card is. Maybe another Research. But we do see another trade, discarding the Manaphy, saying, yeah, I really don't need you now. I didn't need you from earlier, and I really don't need you now. So draw 2 more cards. And let's see, what can Tord do now? I mean, Tord does do 190 with his Gardevoir EX, but he didn't find a boss order. So I think that's going to be a huge, huge deal right now. Not finding the boss order, can't bring up the Mew VMAX off the bench. You can't even take a knockout, so Pablo will definitely go down to 2 prize cards, and that becomes like the crucial turn of like, hey, what are we doing here? That's a pretty big deal. We do see the second you go to the active, and we'll see 190 to that Mew VMAX. So it's going to be up to Pablo to see what he does. Does he find a boss order? Ooh, does have boss order. One thing that Pablo could maybe do is like Psychic Leap the bench Curlia with the hurt one that's on the bench. Gets the damage off the board, takes out a Curlia. Curlia only has like 30 HP left, so I mean that is something we could see, but we might see a Judge from Pablo instead. Echoing Horn out the Manaphy, and then playing a Judge. Okay, all right. So both players will shuffle up and get 4 cards. Once again, Pablo has draw acceleration, the Genesect, and so does Tord with the Refinement Curly. So they're both going to be able to draw more cards after this, which is great for both players. Both players are just setting up. We're slowly getting there. I mean, Pablo's been there. He's been like just taking names and just doing a bunch of damage. So it's great. We do see an Escape Rope from Pablo. Ooh, Escape Rope is very interesting. Escape Rope is going to bring up the Manaphy most likely. I don't see anything else you send up here. Yeah, I'm going to send up the Manaphy. And what's about to happen is Pablo's about to get that huge turn where he has 4 prize cards, or has taken 4 prize cards, and Tord has not taken a single one. So we're slowly getting to where Pablo is, not checkmate, but it's getting really, really close. We do see the Mew V coming up to the active. Can retreat. Oh, what we could see. Oh, no, we can't. Never mind. I'm silly. We do see Krim hitting heads. Going to find any card out of its deck. Let's see what Pablo decides to get. Could grab the Vacuum to bump the Collapse Stadium to help draw more cards, because it gets 1 card out of your hand, gets rid of the Collapse, you can put down a Genesect, and then you can draw cards with your other Fusion Strike system. Maybe that's what we see here. Now, you will be putting a Judge in the Lost Zone. I don't think you put the Path to the Peak in the Lost Zone. So, let's see what happens. Gonna shuffle up. Yeah, I didn't think he was going back in. And what's cool about Pablo is he still has not used his Forest Seal Stone. So both Forest Seal Stones that are on both Genesects could be used to find any card out of his deck. So that is always an option. But yeah, we'll see a Lost Vacuum getting rid of the Judge, get rid of the Collapse, put it in the Lost Zone, and we do see the 5th card Pokemon coming down, which is the Genesect. So we'll finally be able to draw 6 cards with this Fusion Strike system. It does have Path to the Peak, which is very good, and the Vacuum. So we could see Pablo get that Path to the Peak and shut down that Gardevoir EX. I think that's Pablo's best play. Put down Path to the Peak, retreat into a Mew. And we're going to see just Mew just probably max Miracle. I don't think you go for the Fusion Strike system or for a Techno Blast. So we do see a knockout. Pablo go down to 2 prize cards. And now it's going to come down to can Pablo knock out this Gardevoir EX next turn. If Pablo can knock out the Gardevoir EX next turn, he wins. There's nothing else outside of that, right? Because Pablo only has 2 prize cards left. And this is what I'm talking about. Once you're down to 4, Pablo has 2 prize cards in the field. And this is where Mew does Mew things. Mew has the capability of doing, 4, 8, 3, 6, 9, 12. 310 damage without a choice belt. And I'm pretty sure that Pablo has not played any power tablets. So he does have the option to one-shot this Gardevoir EX next turn. So we'll see if that's what happens. But Tord, of course, is going to try his best to disrupt it. I mean, the bad thing about Tord is, like, what? Do you judge the Mew player and hope they don't find anything? But we know that Pablo's going to find something because Pablo has both 4 Seal Stones. So no matter what, Pablo's going to be able to get out of this judge. He does have 4 Seal Stone to find the Lost Vacuum and go about it that way. The thing about it is, can Pablo find everything to knock out this Gardevoir? And if it retreats, he needs to find a boss order. It immediately has the boss order, so that's great. Has the vacuum to bump his own path to the peak. Great. So a lot of good things are happening for Pablo, but we do see a refinement from Tord. It does find that Temple of Sinnoh, which will make Pablo have an answer, which we already know he does. Pablo, take a look at the Sky Seal Stone. It doesn't work on evolution Pokemon, only a basic Pokemon V, if I remember correctly. For Sky Seal Stone, I'm pretty sure that's, can only be activated, with a regular. And there we see Gardevoir X taking a knockout, so Pablo doesn't even need to find a boss order. He is good. He is good. Sends up the Mew, finds an escape rope. Escape rope's not going to be useful at all. We do see Kramer. We see Nestball. We see Vacuum. And Tord not finding the Zacian V one more time. That is unfortunate. I mean, Tord really wants to find those Zacian Vs. That's his bread and butter, right? Nestball coming down. Gonna find a basic Pokemon. I don't know if Pablo has any. And he does have a Mew. So we're going to be able to draw up to 6 every single time with this Future Strike system. There are 3 Genesects on the field. Yeah, so 3 Genesects on the field, I'm pretty sure. 3 Genesect, 2 Mew, and 1 in the active. Yeah, so we have multiple draw cards plus 4 Seal Stone. So we're going to see, can Pablo find all the pieces? Does have an escape rope. Okay, so what we're seeing right now, and you might be confused, why is Pablo playing escape rope, right? It's already in the X spot. What are you doing? What Pablo wants to do is Pablo wants to bring that Curly up, send up his damaged Mew, boss the Gardevoir back up, and I think go for it. I think it's what you do for Pablo. Now, Pablo could be really safe here, but it's actually really scary to try to just swing to the Gardevoir EX because Tord can just immediately take a knockout. So that's scary. That's scary. I'm just going to be honest. It's scary. So we'll see what Pablo does here. Does Pablo go for this play where he can knock out the Curlium, go down to 1, or does Pablo go for this huge play here where he tries to one-shot this Gardevoir EX? I don't know. Because he could Psychic Leap and maybe knock out. Oh, we're going to see boss on the Curlia, actually. Okay. So the boss of the Curlia. And what we're going to see right now is the Psychic Leap play I was talking about earlier. We're going to see Pablo Psychic Leap send that Mew VMAX into his deck and saying, you know what, I don't want to dig for all the tablets. I'd rather not do that. So we're going to be playing it safe. We're not going to try to one-shot this Gardevoir EX. We're going to take our time, and we're going to promote a Mew V without the double turbo. Yeah, so Mew V coming to the active. Pablo goes out of 1 price card. And regardless, I mean, if Pablo finds a boss order, he can knock out the Curly next turn. Took off the Mew VMAX answer by Psychic Leaping, which is, like, phenomenal. And now if you're Tord, what you really need to do is find your other Gardevoir EX. If not, Pablo can just boss up the bench Curly and win very, very easily. He does have a Ultra Ball to find another Gardevoir in his deck. Wait, does he play 2? I think he only might play 1 Gardevoir EX. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen his deck list. I didn't take notes if I'm in a Gardevoir. I think if I remember correctly, it's 1 Gardevoir and 2 Zacians. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, on a Tord's turn still, can use that refinement to draw cards. Really looking for a Roxanne here. I think Roxanne is probably the best play. And there is the other Gardevoir EX. So double Gardevoir EX coming out. Toward playing one Secret Rare Fuller and one Hyper Rare Fuller. Is that what you call it? I don't know. I don't know what they're called. But one Family Style Gardevoir and one regular Gardevoir. Toward said, you know what? I'm going to put all the different Gardevoirs because I can. I can do that if I want to. But toward, okay, so we have double Gardevoir EX. You're forcing Pablo to find all of your power tablets to try to one-shot this Gardevoir. So it comes down to, can Pablo do this? We see toward discarding Miriam and something else. Ooh, look at that one card. Ooh, very, very nice. Yes, Pablo doesn't cut his one card. Oh, Toward did like a $1,000+ money match. It has Pablo. Does he want to cut his one card out of his cut his one card deck? Does have Roxanne, but does Toward have enough cards to Roxanne his opponent? Because he does draw 6. He might deck himself out. He does that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he would deck himself out. So he actually can't go for Roxanne here. Yeah, because you're at 6 cards right now for Tord. If you play one, which is the Roxanne, you then draw into all 6 cards. So, man, Tord can't even play Roxanne right now. And there you go, slapping the Mew, saying, hey, you got it or not got it? You got it or you not got it? We do have Boss Order. That's irrelevant. We do have Vacuum, which can get rid of the Boss Order. Okay, so Pablo has a pretty interesting turn. He can Vacuum away the Boss Order, get rid of Path to the Peak. Tord said, this is my path to the peak. And Pablo said, no, don't steal my cards. That's my path to the peak. Don't steal my cards. Power Tablet, number 1. And like I said, Pablo will need to find all 4 Power Tablets so he can knock out this turn. So we see 4 cards coming down. We see another Mew coming down. Could Genesect for a couple. I don't think he could do anything with that. Yeah, can't do anything there. What he could do maybe is go for the Roxanne to shuffle, draw 6, play your hand down, and then get another Genesect. Fusion Strike Systems online, that could be something we could see. I think that's probably the best play. Roxanne put Tord at 2, saying, hey, if you don't have Boss Order, you're not going to win regardless next turn. And there we see the Roxanne coming down. So what Pablo needs to find here is more of these Power Tablets. That's the name of the game here. Buy these Power Tablets. Try to get a huge one-shot on that Gardevoir EX. And, yeah, that's what we want to see here. So both players are shuffling up. Tord's going to get 2 off this Roxanne. Pablo is going to get 6 brand new cards and still has his 4 Seal Stone. We do see the Ultra Ball. So Ultra Ball can discard and finds the Mew VMAX. So, I mean, Pablo can play Pablo can play his whole hand down right now. Can go second Power Tablet, Mew VMAX, Ultra Ball discard 2 to find another Mew VMAX. Does not have one, but did keep the other Ultra Ball so he can Genesect for a couple cards, then go for the other Ultra Ball and draw. Hey, I mean, Pablo's going to deck himself out. If all 4 Power Tablets are in the deck, I think Pablo's going to see all of his cards. Like, realistically speaking, I think he's going to see all of his cards. He's going to Genesect here for 4, drop to 5. He's asking the judges, hey, you want to make sure there's no funny business. You want to shuffle my deck too? Make sure we're all good to go. I think that's happening. I don't know. Pablo just giving it the clap here. Maybe the judges are looking at something. But this is a crazy game 1. This has been like a 40-minute game 1. This is so tight here. We do see another Genesect. 3, 4, 5. Does find a third Power Tablet. Can then use 4 Seal Stone to find the 4th Power Tablet. And we'll see Mew take a one-shot on a Gardevoir EX. That is insane. So all 4 Power Tablets have came down. And Pablo will take game number 1. That is insane. We saw Tord maybe making a slow comeback here. I think Tord was out a long time ago. I'm just going to be real honest with y'all. But Tord gave it his all. Tord, he's not going to give up. If he's down and out, Tord's going to find a way out. And he almost did. I mean, if Pablo didn't find those Power Tablets, I mean, Tord could have Boss Order, knocked out a Genesect maybe? I don't know. I guess no, he had not done a Mew that last turn, so he just had to find another. Yeah, Boss Order would knocked out. It just like the other Mew V, we would have went towards way. So yeah, very ended up being a very close game still, which is very cool to see. I really thought that Pablo was out very early, but nope. Towards saying, you know what, I got answers, so you got to watch out, and we almost saw that happen. So to game number 2, what's the difference? I think the big difference in game 1, game 2 is Tord doesn't need to prize both Josh and V's. I know it's easy said than done, but if he didn't prize double Josh and V, he can actually attack turn 2 because he can, attach, use the ability, get energy on that, be good to go. I don't know if you want to go that quick, though. That's the only problem. Do you go super quick and, risk having a Zashi and V on the board? We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I haven't played enough Gardevoir to know is getting the turn 2 attack off worth it or not. But on the Pablos, we have Mew V, Genesect, Double Turbo, Miriam, Roxanne, 3 Psychic Energies. Yo, 3 out of 12? That's what it is, 11, 12, something like that. Roxanne being prized, we'll see if that makes a difference or not. But here we go, guys. On to game number 2. Of course, Tord going first and starts that VIP pass. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Does he go for? Okay, we see the. Oh man, this is Tord's going in turbo mode right now. You can see Rot's Mew and I gotta shuffle my deck real quick. I gotta go fast. Because remember, there is a time limit. It is only 75 minutes. That first game took 40 minutes. You can't do that again because then it goes to a tie, right? Yeah, that's the big thing here. Tord's gonna be playing faster, right? Whoever wins the game 1 has the momentum, right? That's the big thing here. We do see an energy retreat, set up the Mew, use his ability, look at top 6. Of course, you want to find another VIP pass here. You find another VIP pass, you're cooking. And we do have Ultra Ball, and we'll see what the Ultra Ball gets him. You can see immediately he wants to play the Ultra Ball. Could discard the Cresselia. That's not needed. And maybe the Judge. And I think me and Tord are in agreement here. Because next turn, you want to play the Sycamore. You want to try to set up ASAP. You want to try to find your Curlias, all the kind of fun stuff. And we'll see what Tord finds here. Could go for another Ralts. Or, okay, yeah, Ralts is fine. I think it's fine. I don't think, like I said, I don't think you go for Zacian because then you put a liability on the board. Now, on to Pablo's turn. Pablo, oh man, discards a power tablet turn when we saw how important those were. But flip tails, that is unfortunate. Does have an Ultra Ball, so can find a Mew or Genesect. Now, the scary thing about finding the Genesect here. Oh, another power tablet. That's 2 power tablets. No! But what's scary about finding the Genesect here? We see that Pablo is going to go for the Genesect. He's going to fuse the Strike System and draw 1 card. And if that 1 card is nothing, and if Tord somehow finds a rare candy, Gardevoir, Zacian V, powers it up, we could see a quick game 2 here. And that is one of the downsides of playing the Mew deck. You have all these cards, you have all these outs, you have all these draws, but in the early game, if you don't find your Fusion Strike Pokemon, you could just lose. So we'll see if that's what happens or not. We'll see, can Pablo find anything off his 1 Fusion Strike system? He does have a Switch card in hand. So looks like we'll see Retreat and Switch card to the Mew. And we're going to see 2, actually. Finds a Mew and pass. Oh, no. But did find another Mew. So that's good to note. We do see a Sky Steel Stone, Sinnoh. Now you might be thinking, why is the Sky Steel Stone attached to the Mew? Remember, Tord does play Penny, so he can pick that up. So that's interesting to say. Does have Love Ball in hand. Can Love Ball for a Curlia. Does have Rare Candy. Has Penny. Can't use Penny. Already used Porta Card. So we'll see a Love Ball for the Curlia. We'll probably see the... Ooh, I'm trying to think of, do you play the Crystal immediately, or or we're going to Refinement first? Looks like we're going to Refinement first and discard the Manaphy with all this shuffling. So yeah, going to discard the Manaphy, draw 2. Psychic and another Kirlia. Wow. Okay, there we go. Can find another Refinement here, and there we go. Find another Refinement, discarding, draw 2. Finds double Gardevoir EX. Now, because he toured, go for the Rare Candy, go for the Gardevoir, has the Mysterious Tail like a top 6, and go for another, Vol Crystal. Could find a Psychic Energy, and Tord is going to be able to knock out this Mew this turn. I'm like 99% sure there's enough Psychic Energy to discard pile, so what Tord can do is attach to the active, retreat the Mew, use Gardevoir's ability, attach to the Gardevoir, and yeah, Tord's going to get a turn 2 knockout. And this is why Rare Candy is so strong in this deck. We do see another Fog Crystal. Going to play the Fog Crystal. Already has enough Psychic Energies to attack with the Gardevoir for the Miracle Force for it does 190. It knocks out the Gardevoir. Knocks out the Mew. So that's important to say. Now, what will Tord grab here? Do you go for a Ralts? Or do you go for Zacian? Zacian? Does Zacian take a knockout though? I don't think it does enough. I think you need more energies than just 3. So we do see Psychic Energy going there. Has Ultra Ball. Ooh. Could we Ultra Ball discard enough Psychic Energies to get the Zacian powered up? Realistically, if you attack with Zacian, you're in so much better space. But I don't think that's what we're going to see, unfortunately. I think Tord's is going to attach into the active, retreat, and attack with a Gardevoir EX. So, there we go. And I guess it really doesn't matter, because he has to do 2. Well, he's got 3, actually. Oh, and then attach. So, I guess it's 2 regardless. No, it would have been 3 if I did it my way. Yeah. So, going from the discard pile to the Mew and then retreating, it saves you 2 damage counters. So, just remember that. But yeah, Tord's going to take a knockout here. A quick turn 2 KO. Wow, that's insane. On to Pablo's turn. Genocide for 1. Finds Cramomatic for the Lost Vacuum. And it's a Tails. No! Oh, is Pablo scooping? Yeah, it was Pablo scooping going into a game number 2. That's insane. Oh my goodness. Tord had to turn to Gardevoir. Wow. Alright, we're on to game number 3. You have this really good game 1. Oh man, what could have Pablo done differently? I don't know. I mean, maybe you could have played it out, but like if Tord had a boss order and not to have the Genesect on the bench, it goes down to 2. Like you're even in a worse situation. And there was a penny in like Tord's hand, so he could have pennied up the Mew with the Forest Seal Stone as well. Found like Zacian or something crazy. And yeah, we're in a game 3 situation. Now, it is still very important to note that Pablo did win a game 1 14 minutes. And I say this because in a tiebreaker situation in best of 3, it comes down to who has taken more prize cards. So if we get to a situation where we see another 40-minute game, Pablo should hypothetically be up on prize cards in that situation. If we're going that far, I'm pretty sure that Pablo is going to be up on prize cards, like 1 prize card left. Tord with like 3 prize cards left or something like that. So if we get to that situation, I think Pablo has the advantage. That's my guess. But I have no idea. We're going to see both players shuffle up here. And what do we want to see? Well, Pablo wants to find multiple VIP pass. And what Tord wants to see? Well, he also wants to see multiple VIP pass. They pretty much want the same thing. And we see VIP pass for Tord, Psychic Energy, Kirlia, and a Lava Ball. Wow, Tord's hand is busted. That is such a good turn 1 for Tord. Has Sky Zone. Oh, the Mew's in the prize cards, unfortunately. So can't grab the Mew this game. Maybe this is a game we see a Zacian V hit the field. But I don't know. I'm so scared to play the Zacian V down in this matchup. Like, Mew can just take a knockout. And wow. Okay, hold on. Wait, okay. I think... Okay, maybe there's a Mew in the active spot and I just didn't see him. Pablo... Has double cram Genesect? I think that's fine. I think that's okay. It's not bad at all. Could be worse. So I think that's fine. But Pablo does start. Mew has a Genesect, has a double turbo to the active. And we're going to see a turn 1 for Sealstone. Going to find ourselves a VIP pass. So we are going to see a game from Pablo. And we know that Tord has the cards as well. So both players are going to be able to set up, find multiple Pokemon, not get donked. We're not going to see the bad situation here. And so both players should be A-okay. So we are going to have a game here, which is exciting. That's what we want to see. We want to see a game for both players. I don't want to see anybody just dead draw and just lose, because that's unfortunate, right? So yeah, we're going to see Pablo find some Pokemon, find double Genesects, okay. And I think that's okay, like, towards not threatening a turn 1 KO on that Mew. There's no way he's doing that. There's no way possible, right? Am I missing something? No. I'm like, not in the... What if Tord just, like, dropped a Drapion? It's, like, knocked out the Mew. Oh, that'd be upsetting. But I think at this point, Pablo has seen all of Tord's deck. Unless Drapion was in the prize cards. That could be one thing that Pablo could think about. But I think at this point, Pablo knows that Tord does not play Drapion. I'm just going to be... That's my prediction, right? Oh, we do see the Retreat. We see the Escape Rope, actually, okay. And we see a Jaw for 1. Okay, that's not a good card. And just pass on to Tord's turn. So Tord, going to draw a card, has VIP Pass, has double Love Ball Rare Candy. Oh my goodness. We know all the routes are in Tord's deck. Now, unfortunately, he does have the Mew price, but he can go Greninja, Ralts, double Love Ball for, like, Ralts if he wants to. Could maybe hold one of the Love Balls. He already has one Curlia in the hand, but maybe you hold the other one to find another Curlia. So we'll see what Tord does here. But we'll definitely see Greninja and Ralts with this VIP Pass. 100%. There's no other argument. That's what you want to find here. And I wonder if Tord's going to go for the concealed cards first. To discard a Psychic to draw 2. Wow, he has double Curlia in hand. Okay, scrap that. We're going for all 4 Ralts turn 1. That's definitely the play here. You double Love Ball for double Ralts, and then you're chilling, right? That's 100% the play here. Forget Zashi V. We're going for Ralts here. Trying to get set up, get that turn 2 Rare Candy play off if possible. And I mean, it's looking really, really plausible. It's looking really, really like it could have happened, right? So Love Ball. I think he's still trying to decide: do I play double Love Ball? The answer is yes. and the reason why I say this is because on Tord's turn, he wants to drop double Curlia into... Yeah, there we go. You want to drop double Curlia, and then you want to Rare Candy 1 into a Gardevoir. The other one's getting knocked out. So that's Tord's, like, perfect game 2. Or turn 2. Rare Candy, Gardevoir, double Curlia, swing. Like, that is Tord's, like, perfect turn 2. And as long as Pablo doesn't judge Tord, we'll see that happen. But we know Pablo does have Judge in hand. So, maybe playing all the Love Balls could be bad, but we know for sure when Ross is getting knocked out. So I think finding all 4 is definitely what you want to see here. And I do agree with Tord's play here. I think this is the best play. And we're going to see Tord, of course, go for the concealed cards, I don't think we'll see a Celebration Burst. I don't know what's going on the screen. I don't think we'll see a Celebration. I mean, maybe we could, like, the chip damage, I guess. I don't know. Maybe Teleportation Burst into, like, the Ralts that has the wrong attack in this matchup. Maybe the 10 damage matters. I don't know. I don't know the math, but if it does, cool. It does have Gardevoir in hand, too. Not the Gardevoir EX, but regular Gardevoir. So we might see that. I mean, do you go into Greninja? Or do you go into a Ralts? Yeah, I think you go with Ralts with the bad attack. You see Tord's trying to decide what to do. I think Greninja... Oh, man, Greninja. Okay, we're getting rid of the Greninja. Bye-bye, Greninja. And the good thing about this is if Pablo goes for a boss play to knock out one of the Ralts, well, he's not playing Judge. So we'll see. We'll see Pablo have Ultra Ball. Ooh, a Judge and Escape Rope. Ooh, interesting. Now, this is kind of scary for Pablo because what do you do here? You grab the Mew VMAX, sure. What if Towards Mount knocks out the Mew VMAX? I don't think that's possible at all. I would just say that. I don't think it's possible for him to knock out a Mew VMAX. But Pablo needs to find another Mew for sure. Palpad to get back that Judge. Shovel that back in the deck. Yeah, we could have maybe saw Pablo like escape rope. Judge. Like, got rid of a Ralts and disrupt your opponent's hand would have been maybe okay to see. But I am nowhere near this level, so I couldn't tell you the perfect play at all. We do have a double turbo. Gonna hold on to it. Draw 3. We have 4. Wow, that hand is not ideal at all. Oh no. Yeah, that's not an ideal hand for Pablo. I mean, you can still attach a double turbo this turn. Just in case we need it. And draw 1 with the Genesect. 4 Seal Stones. So we can put down the 4 Seal Stone. Draw another 1 card. Yeah. Choice Belt. It's not good either. Can put on the active. It's irrelevant. And we'll see the knockout go down to 5. So it's going to have to tour to see what kind of crazy turn 2 play we have here. And we already have double Carlia. We have Rare Candy. We have Gardevoir. We have a Psychic Energy active. And we have Ultra Ball. Get out of town. Oh my goodness. So we're going to see the Curly come down. We're going to see a Refinement probably get rid of the Gardevoir in the hand. I don't think you need that card. Ooh, actually, Palpad. Okay, we're going to discard the Palpad. Draw 2. Finds a... Oh my goodness. Finds a Fall Crystal to find a Psychic Energy. And we're going to keep the party going. Oh my goodness. And we have Worker too. Usually Worker's not that good of a card, but like Vanilla Draw 3 might be okay right now. Like you really don't want to play a Research. So this could be really, really good. Tor's gonna look through his deck quick. Grab a Psychic Energy with Fall Crystal. We know there's a Curly in his hand. I like that he's like slowly revealing what's in his hand too. He's not showing Pablo that he has a double Curly already. He's like, yeah, I'll play 1. We're fine with draw cards. And then I'll play the other one. and do that. Like, Tor's hand was so stacked. Another Psychic Energy, which he can attach per turn. And, I mean, Tord has an option here. He could maybe try to go for the other Gardevoir in the active. I don't know if it's worthwhile, though. That's the only problem. We'll see Worker draw 3 more cards. Like I said, usually not that good of a time, but drawing 3 finds is that another Curlia? You gotta be kidding me. So Tord can go for the 3rd Curlia. Wow. Discard the Psychic Energy, drawing 2 more cards. Maybe we should have played the Frog Crystal, but we're gonna and find Zacian. Wow. Okay, so let's see what Tord decides to do here. Could go for a Zacian play and do chip damage on this like Mew. It protects his Gardevoir from being hit this turn. Wow, okay, we'll see. Yeah, so has the Fog Crystal to find a Psychic Energy. Yep. So find the Psychic Energy. We can attach it if we want to, but I think Zacian V is the answer right now. I think you do some chip damage with that Zacian V, right? And then, okay, we see an Ultra Ball. This is going to find the Gardevoir EX, because we know the Rare Candy is hand. I wonder if he's going to go with the Gardevoir EX or go for Zacian this turn. I think Zacian's the better play. And you know if you're Pablo right now, you got to be like, are you kidding me? He has 3 Curlia, Rare Candy, Zacian, all in his turn 3? Or no, turn 2? Is this turn 2? This is turn 2, right? Yeah, this is all turn 2. Goes for the Rare Candy Gardevoir in the active. Wow, and it's going to swing with this. Towards saying, you know what, I don't care. We'll just do this. Can attach, use Psychic Embrace. We know there's 2 power tablets in Pablo's discard pile, so he's actually not going to be one-shot this Gardevoir EX at all. Wow. And yeah, we see Tord just swinging, do 190. Oh my goodness. Woo! What a crazy turn. We'll see a Boss Order from Pablo. Going to retreat. And I think we're just going to see a pass here. Path to the peak, and yeah, just a pass. Oh no, Pablo, this is what I was scared about. That Pablo was just gonna, yeah, I can see Pablo just shaking his head like, oh man, oh, okay. But we'll see what happens. We see a refinement. We see a lovable. If Tord can find a way to knock out this bench Mew, I'm not gonna say it's over, but man, it does not look good for Pablo. Like Pablo then goes to no Pokemon in the field. That Gardevoir can then take another knockout, and Tord will just gain so much momentum, like back to back. So can Tord find a way to attach to this? Oh my goodness! Already has the supporter card in his, the stadium in his hand. So he just needs Boss Order. Finds Ultra Ball, which can find Lumineon, which can find Boss Order. Yeah, right? Yeah, oh my goodness, yeah. If he takes a knockout on that, oh my goodness, can we see a Sky Soul Stone play too? Doesn't look like it. But does have the energy for the active. Goes through the other Gardevoir. Oh, we get to swing with that Gardevoir we want to. And he does find the energy with this Gardevoir. And we might see Tord attack with the other Gardevoir to protect his EX. He does have the Stadium in play already in Ultra Ball. So Ultra Ball is definitely going to find Lumineon to boss up that bench Mew. Go down to 3 price cards. Pablo can't retaliate. And then Tord can follow up with another attack for knockout. Yeah, it's not looking good for Pablo here. Tord say, hang on. I know, I'm not putting this down. Hang on a second. We're putting down the collapse. Wow, Tord is hitting everything. Lumineon comes into play. Gonna find Boss Order. Bring up, and we see Pablo just scooping, saying, I can't win this. You're gonna take a knockout Mew VMAX. I don't have anything. And yeah, Pablo just not finding the other Mew. And I was nervous that was going to happen. That when he found all the Genesects and not another Mew. But still, Pablo did fantastic. That game 1 was very, very cool to see. Taking the one-shot on the Gardevoir EX, but Tord advancing to the finals. So we'll have an Arceus Duraludon with Alex Szymanski versus Tord Redcliffe, the #1 IC King. Went 4 times, has won every single IC. And we're going to see what's going to happen tomorrow with Tord Redcliffe versus Alex Szymanski. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. That was crazy to see, and we'll see you tomorrow. Alrighty, bye.